Recently, I had a customer suggest that I make a YouTube video to walk homeowners through the claims process if they experience a water loss related to some sort of plumbing fixture bursting. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to reference my notes to the left, and hopefully this information helps those that are homeowners and they're confused about what that claims process looks like. Most homeowners do not understand their homeowner's insurance process, which is kind of crazy because it's the largest purchase that most people make in their life. So it's really important to understand what your homeowner's insurance policy covers. And you're usually going to receive this in the mail, or it's going to be a PDF file. And most of what's in here is legal terminology, but it's really important to understand what's covered and what's excluded. And so we're going to talk about that through a series of videos during this process. Keep in mind, this is based on my own experience. This is not legal advice. So who am I? Well, I'm a licensed plumbing contractor here in Southern California. I have 20 years plus experience in residential service and repair. I've helped hundreds of people go through the claims process after having some catastrophic water loss to their home. I try to be a resource to these people so that this very stressful situation will be minimized. Stress will always exist because there's a lack of understanding what's covered in most homeowners insurance policies. So that's my background. I also was a field property adjuster for a large insurance company here in California. And I also have worked with construction companies doing build back estimating. So when you're putting everything back in after a water loss and after it's been mitigated, I've helped people with software and Xactimate estimates to receive money from the insurance company in order to start the repairs to your home. So that's my background. So what is the process of starting the claim? Well, usually it starts with the sudden and accidental loss. We're talking about plumbing systems. And I just Googled this morning, and 56% of the homeowners insurance claims in California are related to water damage, largely by plumbing failures. That's a huge number of claims that just happen as a result of sewer damage or a burst water pipe in the home. So it's really important that you understand what your policy covers and what it does not. As I mentioned, that water versus sewer losses, well, what is the difference? Well, water loss is clean water, sewer loss is not clean water. Usually it's category 3. And it's handled differently, not only by the mitigating company that comes in to remove the materials, but also things that can be salvaged over things that cannot. So poop water is something you don't really want to salvage again. Most importantly is you want to identify things that require maintenance or that have been neglected. That's what I see is out of sight, out of mind. So let's use a water heater as an example. It's in your garage or in a closet somewhere. I would recommend inspecting that or have a professional inspect it to identify any corrosion or something else. Excessive water pressure can also cause a water loss from whether it be your toilet, a supply line, anything that is underwater pressure. If you have excessive water pressure, get that addressed right away. How do you file a claim if you do have a water loss? Well, you can call the insurance company via telephone. You can use the app that they have, or you can go on their website in order to file a claim. Those are 3 ways that you can file a claim. You want to take as many photos as possible. All your belongings that may have been affected. If you can take video, that's also very helpful. It's going to help the adjuster who's assigned to your loss. They're going to give you a claim number, and that claim number is going to be the reference to this specific water loss. So these are all things. Those videos and photos you can often upload into the insurance company's portal, and then that's what the insurance adjuster will reference. Most of the time you'll have a desk adjuster who does not come to your home. What they'll do is send a independent adjuster, IA, to your house to basically sketch it out, take photos, and create their own estimate based on their findings. If they come to your house prior to the loss being mitigated, meaning that the cabinets, the drywall, or whatever else was removed, and they're starting the drying process, that independent adjuster is not going to have enough information in order to create an accurate estimate. So I always recommend that you wait until the mitigation company is done, and then at that point, the adjuster can come in and create their estimate. That's from my experience. You want an adjuster that has cash authority, meaning when you submit bills or estimates, that adjuster is going to be able to approve it and then pay it out. The adjuster will come out, as I mentioned, inspect your home. You want to be completely truthful and honest. But most importantly, you want to have if it is plumbing related, you want to have a plumbing report that supports the sudden and accidental loss to your home. Because this is a licensed professional coming out and saying, yes, this is what was caused. It could be a supply line, could be, a toilet fill valve, something like that ended up resulting in water damage to your house. Moving on, well, what is the timeline? The average payout from the insurance company, from my experience, is between 60 and 90 days. I've seen it end up shorter, and I've seen it go well over 6 months, and that's a real headache for most people. Contractors will not start work unless they know that you have the money to pay them. That just makes sense, right? Doing business. The insurance company will typically send the homeowner a good faith payment. This amount is just that. It's a good faith payment. It's based on the estimated cost to repair the damages to your home. Oftentimes, 9 out of 10 times, it's not near enough money to even start the construction work to your home. Well, what is insurance? Or what do they cover is a better way to say it. Insurance companies pay like for like. So they're not going to pay for any upgrades. That comes to you as the homeowner, where you pay any upgrades out of pocket to make up that difference. One example I like to use is if you had a kitchen loss and you had tile countertops and they removed the cabinets and they removed the tile countertops, well, you're going to get like for like. It's going to be the cabinets, if they can't be rebuilt, reusing the face frames and doors, and a tile countertop. It's not going to be granite or quartz or some upgrade that you have in mind to your kitchen. So always keep that in mind with the insurance companies. It's like for like. And I've seen people that are very disappointed with the amount they receive because it's nowhere near enough money to put their home back together. And that's where it's really important to have not only a contractor to advocate for you, and there are other resources out there that you could utilize to help motivate the insurance companies to pay fairly. Some of the mistakes I see with homeowners is they start repairs too early, meaning the materials have been removed, the wet materials, but it hasn't been allowed ample time to dry out, meaning mitigation companies haven't put their equipment in there to dry out the walls properly, or floor, concrete, whatever materials were affected. If you go back and you put drywall or something like that, you're basically going to have another loss. It's going to be related to mold, most likely, and you'll see that coming through the drywall in most cases. So poor documentation also, like I mentioned earlier, you want to take photos, video if you can, and communication is usually best through email with your adjuster, because then you have something in writing that says, yes, it's covered loss, and then through that whole process of how things move along. So those are just some suggestions. So again, the claims process is typically a sudden and accidental event, and I mentioned, certain examples of that. Every claim is usually different. It's going to be, in most cases, the first time you've ever filed a claim. If you have any questions or concerns, and you can throw them in the comments, I'd be glad to help the best I can from my experience and what I've been through. You do want to make sure that you go through the policy and understand what your exclusions are. Now, mind you, a lot of this is legal jargon, and it would help if you had some legal background, but I think that over time, you'll understand kind of how to go through this process. The second thing is if you have a mortgage on your house, you want to make sure that you find out from your mortgage company how you handle a check that's sent to you. Because normally checks are going to be sent two-party. It's going to include you as the insured and the mortgage company. So you want to contact them ahead of time and say, hey, if I get a check, two-party check, what is your process? How do I go through that? And then they can provide you any information related to that. So that's just my suggestion. Again, I'm going to create some other videos going forward, different chapters on topics that people have, because I get asked questions all the time, and I'd be happy to address that. If you like this information, please like and subscribe and share with your friends, because I'm here to help. And I hope this video has helped somebody out there. Have a great day.